If you ever fall into a slump and into unhealthy habits and you just feel bad about yourself, I'm right there with you, because beginning of this video, I felt exactly like that. So we sat down together and pulled myself back together with some skin treatments and a very light natural makeup. And I'm gonna show you how to do that. So if you wanna feel better, sit down with me. Let's do this routine together. By the way, I'm Matis. I make mainly men's beauty content because of how game changing it can be for our confidence. So if you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe and say hi in the comments. And we'll begin. You know, when you fall into unhealthy habits and it just starts to show on your skin and on your face, like I feel quite puffy. I feel like there's a lot of breakouts happening. Start with these cooling sort of eye masks. And these are actually really cooling, even though I have not been putting them into the fridge. And we're gonna do a microcurrent device. This is the MediCube one, which I love. I also love the NuFace one. And it has quite a few different sort of programs and settings. And I'm gonna just start with the microcurrent, which is just really good in stimulating the skin and the muscles, giving a bit more definition, because I really miss having a defined face. It's essentially the whole of October. Well, I went to Barcelona, which was amazing, but didn't live very healthily there. Partied a lot there, which was really fun. Drank a lot, ate a lot of food. Then I came back, already didn't feel my best, because I feel like after a high, there's usually a low. There are people that when they get depressed, they stop eating. I'm not one of those people. When I am depressed, I eat all the sweets. I have a big thing for candy and I order a lot of food. So yeah, that wasn't good either. That wasn't really healthy either. And then after that, I sort of tried to gather myself back, went to the gym, set up my healthy eating habits again. And then I got really ill. So it just kept, like, things kept on coming. So that's why I'm not really feeling my best at the moment, but I'm getting healthier again. And I've been back to the gym, back to my healthy routine, and I do see the difference. You know, this is one of those Matis Uncut videos where I just speak and I try to cut as minimally as possible. Tomorrow I actually have an appointment at my doctor who does like filler and Botox and things. I made this appointment months ago, and back then I was like, I want to get more filler. And in between, like, I've been thinking back and forth if I really want to do it, and I kind of landed on, I don't think I want more filler. I think I want to get some dissolved, actually. Maybe I do want a bit more filler, but essentially I want to get a little bit of the filler right there dissolved, because I feel like that's where I get puffy. That's where my face gets a bit round. And when I fall into unhealthy habits, that excess filler, it feels like it, I don't know, it's just not as flattering. So if I remove that, but keep the filler in the chin and the jaw on the side here, I feel like that will be helpful. I actually already had a session like that and it was helpful. So I think I'm gonna do that again and just try to really remove all the filler here. If I could go back in time, I would have placed my filler a little bit differently right away, but yeah, you live and you learn. So we're done with that device, and I'm gonna take off these eye masks. That actually feels so much better already. I feel like some of the inflammation has gone down just by massaging the skin. But I'm also gonna do a little bit of facial massage with this seamless skin. It's like a skin enhancing treatment cleanser. So I've had this before. This is actually my second tube, and it comes out literally like this beautiful honey consistency. And I'm gonna go straight in. It's really gonna allow us to do a bit of that lymphatic drainage massage that I really desperately need. It's just one of those moments where posting online feels a bit daunting because I just don't feel my best. And I know it would be good to like show all the sides of yourself on social media. And some people really do that. And I find that quite impressive, because I definitely have a habit of really putting my best foot forward and trying to, I don't know, really be my best, the best version of myself always on social media. But of course I don't always feel my best, and in those moments where you are depressed or sick and you really feel, I don't know, you feel like you don't want to see anyone. Like, I could never pick up the camera and film then. That would be, I mean, I've tried it, but I would never be courageous enough to actually post that footage. Even now, filming myself when I'm really not feeling my best is kind of intimidating. Having to post that is kind of intimidating, but you know, we gotta roll, we gotta You gotta still keep going because life is not like that. Life is not always feeling amazing. And I'm realizing more and more as I mature, as I get older, that sort of the good things always come with bad things. And if you have a high, oh, that was the device. If you have a high, there's gonna be a point where there's gonna be a bit of a low, and that's totally okay. It's just the way life is. And like every coin has two sides to it. And that doesn't mean that we need to stress about it, doesn't mean that it's always something awful, but it can just mean that you need a bit of downtime after being really focused and working really hard, or that you don't always look your best. You don't always look snatched. We don't always look our best. I did post a carousel on Instagram today, and the photos I used, they're like literally from before Barcelona. So I was still feeling really good about myself back then. But I posted the photos today because I didn't have a chance yet to post them. But like it shows you that content creators, of course, we tend to put forward the images and the videos of the good times. Some people really are super authentic and they really manage to put everything forward. And again, so impressive. And to some degree, I show up when I'm not feeling my best, but yeah, it is a hard thing to do in my opinion. This cleanser, legit, it comes out like honey first, so it's this sort of firm, sort of sticky consistency, but then it literally melts. It's literally like an oil now, but a very lightweight oil, and it's so easy to really massage the skin. I could keep doing this for, I don't know, like an hour. This feels so nice. So I always do these motions here along the neck, down the neck, really sort of draining the lymph. Also doing these sort of lines here. Actually would make sense to take this off now, but yeah, really like getting in there. I did a video on sort of depuffing methods because again, this is something I need all the time. I really swear by them, and I'm gonna link that video somewhere here on the screen. It's also funny because my idea of relaxation has sort of changed and become this sort of non-stop consuming of TikTok and Instagram, and actually it's not that restful at all, but it's almost like stillness has become a little bit uncomfortable. Especially recently, I really find myself spending a lot of time on those platforms, and doing a massage like this, you can't really swipe, so maybe this is a good thing. Maybe this is like the moment where you can really just focus on doing that massaging motion and actually having an activity to do. So like doing the massage, it actually really allows you to switch off a bit. But yeah, my skin has been a little bit out of control the whole month of October, probably because like my lifestyle has not been that great. I've never been good at not picking my face. I always pick my face, and it might have to do with ADHD or like I have no self-control. When it comes to picking, I have no self-control. If there's a spot, I'm gonna pick it. And I have pimple patches. I have those spot patches and I use them all the time, but still I will absolutely pick at my skin. And I think the reason I don't have horrendous scarring is because of the skincare I use always. So I think it's the sunscreen I use every single day, and the tretinoin I use, and the vitamin C I use. Really having those staple amazing ingredients to make sure that despite being horrible to your skin sometimes, which I am horrible to my skin sometimes, well, the picking, all of these I've picked up, trust and believe. But despite being awful to my skin sometimes in that way, it quickly recovers, and I think it's because of the amazing skincare ingredients I use, the tretinoin especially. I feel like it always really quickly heals any scarring or any like things happening after a breakout. It just really quickly heals all of that. The way I have treated my skin throughout the years, I should have been left with really intense scarring. And I mean, my skin texture, there is some unevenness and there are some like light bumps and things and light discolorations, but all over I'm actually really happy with my all over skin tone. Also, I'm not wearing any self-tan at the moment, so you actually see my bare skin, maybe for the first time, or at least for the first time in a long time, because I of course always wear fake tan because I just love it. I just feel so much better if I have a bit of a golden glow to the skin. And you know, I don't go deep with the fake tan. I use a medium color, and I think it usually looks pretty natural, and that's the skin tone I love to sort of create with fake tan. Very natural one. But yeah, at the moment I'm my complete real skin color because again, I am trying to heal my skin, and I think the fake tan that I've been applying on my skin has not been that helpful. It goes through phases. Like usually I do quite well with using a bit of fake tan serum on my face. It also depends on which brand I use. But I feel like, yeah, recently it just has not been helping, and I really need to strip back to the basics. Once my skin barrier has sort of adjusted and calmed down a bit, I'll integrate it again. But for now, I really can't fake tan my face. I really need to chill out on that one. But I will definitely fake tan my body again. I feel like I just feel so much better on camera. I think if I didn't have this job where I need to constantly feel my best and really confident on camera, I don't think I would fake tan as much. I surely wouldn't fake tan as much, but just because of this job, I feel like it just gives me the boost I need in order to like constantly have shoots and constantly show up on camera and stuff. I just need that boost, to be very honest. So like doing this here, so really pressing down on the sort of brow bone. That really relieves the pressure, but also really gets sort of that lymph drainage going. And it can actually lift your features a little bit. I think some of the results that people are showing online with facial massage, I don't trust. I don't trust them. I mean, I'm not saying they're lying, but I don't know. I don't think that facial massage can do that much, but I think it can definitely depuff and drain, and it can give you a bit of a boost of like a healthy looking complexion, but I don't think it can give you a complete facelift. If I'm speaking a bit quietly, I'm really realizing that I'm still quite sick. And I have been going at life again like I'm not, but probably not realizing that I'm actually not fully healed yet. I'm gonna go to the gym after this, and I'm gonna do a very light amount of makeup just to, you know, make myself feel amazing. But we're gonna move on to the next step. Oh, I actually forgot one thing, which is an ice bath. You know how much I love this. I'm gonna do the ice bath, and I'm literally gonna go right in there. This is probably not the best angle for me, but oh well. We're slightly spilling all over my table. So we did this for about a minute, and my skin is really red now, but that redness is gonna go down within seconds. You're gonna see how it really just naturally sort of evaporates. It's not the word for that. It's already going down. And again, this ice bath situation just really helps to calm down the skin, calm down any sort of puffiness and inflammation really, and I love it. I do this quite often. I always do this when I don't feel my best, and it just really helps with getting everything a bit more snatched. In terms of skincare, I'm gonna do a little bit of this hydrating Milky toner by the brand Tirtir, and I'm gonna put it right onto my hands. Then do this sort of therapist motion and go right onto the skin. This is nice and hydrating and soothing. And then we're gonna do a little bit of 2% BHA by Paulas Choice. I'll show it to you right here. This is actually the gel version. It's the first time owning the gel version. Usually I always have the toner, but I actually prefer the gel because you have a lot more control, and I can really be quite targeted. So I really only want to use it right in the center here where I have those breakouts. And the gel just really allows you to keep that in place rather than sort of having it slide all over the face. But yeah, 2% salicylic acid by Paulas Choice, of course, is amazing to exfoliate the skin and make sure that any breakouts calm down. It also has green tea extract, which again is really calming, but the salicylic acid really clears out the spots. I'm also going to use this really luxurious serum, vitamin C serum by Augustinus. I've been using this and testing it. I'm going to use it very sparingly, But yeah, I really love this brand. I really enjoy this brand. I use these products a lot, especially around the eyes and sort of the trouble areas. And I feel like my eye area has gotten so much better since using Augustinus products. The rich cream being my absolute favorite. It is very luxurious, but in my opinion, it is worth it. But again, I am blessed enough that the brand sends the products to me, and still I use them very sparingly because they are so luxurious. I have a really good basic moisturizer like this Madagascar Centella one by the brand Skin 1004. This has been my absolute favorite because it's so soothing on the skin. This I've really come back to after my skin has been breaking out, and I feel like it's just so soothing but hydrates the skin. Now the sun has gone down already. It's pitch black outside, so I'm not gonna apply any sunscreen, but I'm actually gonna get dressed now. I was actually planning to do this video with a top on, but somehow I still managed to be topless again. And we're gonna go in with some complexion products. To conceal my spots, I'm gonna use the Nars Creamy Concealer. I would ordinarily use their soft matte concealer, but the color I have, which is this one, just is a little bit too warm for at the moment because I have not got any fake tan on. So I'm just gonna stick to the Creamy Concealer, which is also amazing. Just has a little bit more hydration to it. But still, you can use this for absolutely anything. This one you really can't go wrong with. It's quite strange seeing myself without any fake tan on, because I feel like throughout the last weeks, even when I was like violently ill, I still somehow applied fake tan on my face. Maybe that is why my skin has not been doing so well, because I just need a break from fake tan. But yeah, I would love to know if there's any things like that that you have that you really don't feel as confident with. And also, what do you think about me without fake tan? I'd be interested, because whenever I post about it and whenever I say like in the past when I was like I'm gonna stop wearing fake tan, I'm gonna embrace my natural skin, people were like really positive and like applauding me, but I still feel so much better with it. And I mean, I see people out there stopping fake tan, like people that have like fake tan addictions that go really dark with their fake tan. I'm like, yeah, they actually do look better without fake tan, but to be honest, I think they went a little bit too dark to begin with, and maybe that is the reason why they look so much better without it. And actually, if they try a color that actually suited their skin, it would still look good. But of course, everyone always looks amazing in what is their real skin tone, and I feel like it's such a weird thing, because if I look at someone else, I would absolutely say, yeah, you look amazing with your pale skin. But when I look at myself, I'm also realizing that this is a really privileged conversation to even have, and something like this is a real champagne problem. I mean, it's not a problem at all, but if it was a problem, it would be a champagne problem. It would be a first world problem, and a real non-issue. It really is a non-issue. We're gonna apply a bit of lip balm because my lips are feeling oh, that is not a lip balm, that is contour. And I've actually one time I applied this before bed instead of my lip balm on my lips because it looks the same. It literally, look at my lip balms and then look at the contour. It's the same thing. Why do lip balms come in contour packaging now? It's really bizarre. But yeah, these are some of my favorite lip balms. The Summer Fridays in Iced Coffee is delicious. Actually, I think I'm gonna apply this today. But I also really love these drugstore ones, which is the Manhattan one and the Max Factor one. They're very, very good. Actually, the Manhattan one, randomly, this one is the one I use the most before bed, especially because it's so nice and hydrating. It's the High Shine Butter Me Up. So I think it's a bit of an alternative for the other one, but I'm really feeling in the mood for that buttery coffee lip balm now. So I'm gonna apply that one. It smells so delicious, and it really is quite rich and balmy. It goes with my top as well, sort of those neutral colors. I feel like I'm so back in love with the neutrals, and in the summer I was really experimental in terms of colors, and I went for really bright colors, but now it's autumn and I'm feeling simplicity, I'm feeling minimalism, and I'm feeling those neutrals. So we have some newness here, which are these Huda Beauty blush palettes. And I am really excited about those. Look at this incredible packaging. This is gorgeous. And you get 4 blush colors in each of them. This is my favorite colorway, but I'm gonna show you the other ones as well. So we have the color Roseberry, which actually is gorgeous as well, especially gravitates towards these 2 shades. this more in the summer, but these two I think I absolutely need to get into. And then we have baby pink, which just makes me laugh because it's so bright and intense. This makes me shy. This is a touch too neon for me. But then we have my favorite, which is this beautiful peach colored palette. So it's called Toasty Peach. And what I do like is that it's lightly peach, but it's still neutral enough. So I'm actually gonna apply this one because I have been applying this one and loving it. Starting with the lightest peach shade here and sort of applying that all over the cheek as a sort of base color, which makes it so easy. You can't really mess it up because it's such a light shade. And these sort of apply as foolproof as the blush filters, which are these liquid blushes by Huda Beauty that I've also been loving and really enjoying, especially in the summer, because they're just so easy to apply, really foolproof. They have that sort of matte, blurring filter finish that is really nice. But I actually feel like these blush powders, they apply in a sort of similar blurring way. It's like the liquid blushes, but in a powder form. So really keeping it high up on the cheek and then onto the nose as well to just make myself look a bit healthier. And then I'm also gonna apply a bit of this burnt orangey shade. And this one I'm gonna go in a little bit more focused, really in the center of where I placed the blush. And it's almost gonna be a little bit like a bronzer on me because it has quite a bit of warmth. And I feel like this is really gonna bring me that health back that I need. I'm gonna drag it down a little bit. I have been really enjoying it just to drag it down onto the cheek, just to almost emphasize the sort of shadow that you get here when you have a bit of a sunken cheek. But I'm also gonna contour because I really need some contour. I did that a bit backwards. Usually I apply the contour and then the blush, but today we did it the other way around. That's okay. I'm just gonna use this Dior contour, and actually I have learned from the past because this is an intense contour and it really applies best if you put it onto the back of your hand. I feel like I always say something else. I always say something different. I often say, just put it onto your face. But then sometimes I'm like, you know, actually it does work better if you do it like the professionals, if you do it like makeup artists do it backstage. This is how to get that really natural, flawless finish. So I'm also gonna do it like that and really emphasize that sunken cheek, really bring that bone structure out that we have already been working really hard to bring out with all the massages we did, with the microcurrent, etc. This is just really gonna, again, emphasize all of that work we've been doing. And you can actually see right now that this is too warm for me. It really is quite a bit too warm for me because I'm so pale at the moment. Those normal contours that I would usually use when I have a bit of a bronzer and fake tan going on don't really work as well at the moment. But it's totally okay. It's super easily fixable. I'm just gonna buff it away a little bit with my finger. Take the concealer brush we used before where there's still a little bit of product on there. And I'm just gonna swipe that across to make sure that any of the excess warmth from the contour sort of is blended away. And then taking my favorite palette, this is the Rom&nd contour palette. I know how much I talk about this. I know it's too much, but I'm sorry. It's just the best. And it has this brilliant gradient. So no matter how bronzy or pale you are at the moment, you can just sort of mix it so you get the perfect color for the moment. And I'm just gonna really gently work that in and create a bit of a light shadow. And also really focus it under the jawline, sweeping it up right at that corner to really bring out that sort of rectangular shape, and then under the chin a little bit, onto the other side. Also gonna do a little bit of nose contour there as well. Just like doing a really simple straight line on the outside, sort of 2 straight lines down the nose, just to bring a little bit more definition. And I feel like this is the point where I can no longer wait and I really need to apply a little bit of powder because my face is looking quite shiny. I'm gonna apply it with a powder puff and really press it into the skin. Now if you have really dry skin, this might be too much, but because I have really shiny, oily skin, this technique with the powder puff works really, really well, and it's gonna really blur the skin. So here's the side with the powder and here's the side without the powder. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's a big difference. I'm also gonna use the same Rom&nd palette and do a bit of eye contouring. You know how much I love this. And this is so easy. You really only do circular motions on the inner corners of the eyes and then sweep it into the crease. And this creates that really deep sunken eye look that really emphasizes the bone structure. This is one of my favorite tricks. It just pulls everything together so nicely. And I'm also gonna do it on this side. If you feel like you applied a bit too much, just take a clean brush and just blend it in a little bit more. I'm just gonna finish up with some freckles because you know how I've been loving them, and I just use a lip liner for this. This is the Greige lip liner by MAC. Just because I like when the skin looks even, but not too even. It just feels like sometimes when the skin is a little bit too even that all the dimension is sort of taken away. So adding in a few freckles just makes the skin look more real. And I'm also just gonna do the slightest bit on the lip just to do a little bit of a shadow on top of the lip, to make the lip look a little bit bigger. And then just blend that in a little bit. And we're done, and I feel so much better. I feel like I'm alive again. I feel like my face has definition again. We did something good for ourselves. And you know, sometimes all it takes is something positive to turn your mood around and to get you out of that slump. When you've really been so low energy and sort of stuck in unhealthy habits, sometimes you just need the slightest little bit of something positive to turn it around and get into a positive direction again. This helped me tremendously, and I'm gonna go to the gym now. I'm gonna feel amazing there, and I hope you feel amazing too. Let me know in the comments what videos you wanna see, and I'll see you in the next one.